Welcome, Rhett Jacks. I really do want to reach out to my YouTube subscribers. I really never thought that I would do so well on YouTube, and got more than 150 subscribers there now, so that's encouraging. I'm Dr. Frank Cadle with the Get Fit and Be Lean program that I used to lose over 20% of my body weight in 2021. All last week, I was talking about the White House Conference on Hunger, Nutrition, and Health. Welcome, J. Pete. Welcome, Evolved. Welcome, Lady Jane. Thank you so much for joining. Really good to have all you guys here. And let's see. Turn on filter keys. No, I don't know why you're bothering me in the middle of my live with that. Okay. I really want to thank everybody who supported me on all the different platforms. Certainly TikTok is the one where I get the most engagement and the most followers, but it's really exciting to see 150 subscribers on my YouTube channel, to get some views on my Twitter feed, which I really didn't start working on until not too long ago. And I really appreciate all the support. Just trying to show people how I lost over 20% of my body weight in 2021, how I lost 5 inches off my waist, how I lowered my cholesterol, my resting heart rate, my systolic blood pressure, and how I did it all without any medications. In fact, I got off of my reflux heartburn medication. I didn't purchase any equipment. There was no enrollment, subscription, membership. I didn't fast or eliminate any food groups. I didn't engage in any cleanses or, take any kind of supplements. And so the question is how, and I appreciate that question from Gatorman. And it's really a two-pronged program that requires portion control and calisthenics. And that really is the sum total of what I have done. And so I would encourage everybody to go back and look at my TikTok video from January 1st of 2021. You can see my weigh-ins. You can see almost every meal that I ate. I engaged in portion control using the standard stuff, a cup measure, using kitchen scales, and reading labels. Now, there's a big revelation from the FDA this week. They came out with a 56-page report that confirms that they are going to allow people who bottle water to label it healthy. And, this is the problem with trying to label food as healthy or unhealthy, as good or bad, trying to demonize food. If we demonize food and people like to eat that food, I like Fritos, I like ice cream, then at that point, they're already in a state of, I'm just going to do whatever I want. And so they don't focus on the one big thing that they need, which is portion control. And portion control is the key. I don't count calories. It's too much math. I'm not willing to give up rice and potatoes. And, I don't know how you can tell a whole culture they're going to give up tortillas or, some of these fad diets are obviously concocted by people who hate food. I like food. I like breakfast. I like food. I'm like a hobbit. But that doesn't mean that I have to overeat. It just means that I have to recognize that propensity in myself, and I have to focus on portion control and on, that was a mistake, on having a widely varied diet, rich in fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins. One of the problems here in the United States is typically when somebody asks, what's for dinner? The answer is chicken, pork, fish, whatever the meat is the answer of what's for dinner. And then you pick a starch that goes with the meat, whether it's rice or potatoes or noodles, and then you start to think about maybe putting some vegetables in there. But with the 2 veggie goal, 2 servings of raw or steamed vegetables at lunch and 2 servings at dinner, what I have done is kind of change my focus. Now, when I say what's a vegetable, a lot of time my patients really come across with lettuce, pretty much almost all the time. Somebody says lettuce. All right. So lettuce, yay. Lettuce is a vegetable. It's leafy, it's green, it grows above the ground. And then they'll say tomatoes, and tomatoes are a berry. They're a reproductive organ of the plant. They're a thin-skinned container of seeds and nutrients for reproduction. They're not the energy plant of the growing plant, okay? And so when they say carrots, that's a storage organ for the plant. It stores starch beneath the ground. When I'm saying 2 servings of raw or steamed vegetables at lunch and 2 servings at dinner, what I mean is leafy green vegetables that grow above the ground. And if you can only come up with 2 of them, lettuce and spinach, you're going to have a really hard time achieving that goal. So what I recommend is that you expand your palate, and that's what I've done. And you can see the meals. I've published some recipes. You can get more recipes from my email address, getfitandbelean@twc. And I've eaten arugula. I've eaten kale. Already was eating asparagus and all kinds of different kohlrabi and fennel and lots of leafy green stuff that grows above the ground. So if you can't list a half a dozen of them pretty much off the cuff, you're going to have a hard time having 2 of them with every lunch and dinner. But that was it. That's all I did. I did calisthenics. I started with calisthenics because they're free. You can do them anywhere. You don't have to have any equipment. It doesn't require any enrollment, any subscription, and any membership. When I started this program, it was the middle of the COVID outbreak. A lot of the gyms were closed. You don't have to go anywhere. And so one thing that does is it kind of removes all of those obstacles to exercise that so many people face. And by doing that, it allows you to pursue it, 3 or 4 days a week, every other day. And then as you get in better shape, you can add days until you're at 5 or 6 days a week. And then you can add additional exercises. But each one of these exercises can be adjusted to the individual's abilities. If you can't do a full push-up, you just cross your ankles, bend your knees, and you can do half body push-up, or you do a push-out from a firm surface. If you can't do jumping jacks, you just raise up on your toes, put your hands over the air. Start slow. When I first did this the first time, I could do maybe 5 push-ups, half a dozen sit-ups, and a dozen jumping jacks. And what I did was slowly increase from every other day to 4 or 5 or 6 days a week. And then I started adding additional exercises until I was working every major muscle group in the body. And so I'm really trying to carry this message out. I've really actually took a big step. Am I your professor? If I was, I'd probably fail you because I'm harsh. I'm a harsh professor. All right, and I really have been told that I ask too many questions of medical students is what they told me. And so as far as when to start today. There is no other day. Okay, it's not going to be your. I'm not trying to get people ready for a hot girl summer. I'm looking for survive to summer. Okay, and you can do this. I didn't just make this up out of my head. I've had a lot of biochemistry and nutrition and physiology, and I've studied exercise physiology. And I know that if you can lay flat, then you can lift your shoulders up off the floor. You can do a crunch. And so I really want to encourage everybody. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you don't want to say it in the live, please just go ahead and go up and check out one of my videos. I've got hundreds of videos online of me working out and videos of me covering particular topics about exercise and nutrition. And so my goal is to kind of do a reset after the White House conference on hunger, nutrition, and health. I want to kind of get back to my own basics. When I started, I could only do like a 15-second video on TikTok, and now they'll accept 10-minute videos, and I don't have 10 minutes worth of stuff to say every day. But I do want to try and start covering my calisthenic workouts, cover my, the difficult thing with these online AIs and algorithms is that they see things in little boxes. And so they see my calisthenics as separate from the nutrition, diet, weight loss side. And they see the outdoors, hiking and, cycling, all that stuff. They see it as separate. Whereas to me, it's an integration of being a full and complete human. And that's what I was feeling less like. When I was over 250 pounds, I got short of breath just tying my shoelaces. And I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do. I'd try to go hiking with my kids. I couldn't keep up with them. And what I've been able to do is to shed that weight, lose the inches off my waist, increase my resilience, my stamina, and kind of recapture all these things that I like to do. And I want to help other people do the same. So I really want to thank my all my YouTube channel subscribers. I didn't expect to get so many. I want to thank all the folks on Instagram who've been viewing my videos. And of course, YouTube is, kind of a more established video platform, but TikTok is where it all started for me. That's where my first videos are, and where I got 75,000 followers to kind of encourage me to keep going. So if nobody has any questions tonight about the program, I encourage you to keep an eye on my videos. I'm going to be trying to do more meal videos and more recipe videos, because those seem to be pretty popular. And going to resume my workout videos probably when I get back from the East Coast next week. And I hope to have lots of participation and support, because really it's your comments, it's your involvement that makes it all entertaining for everybody else to kind of stick with it. With no